Mihara did get a little lucky in the quarters, and he did get a little lucky in the semis, but he also played to set up that luck. I mean, that's, I really think, people look at good players, like, oh, Kai top deck the Morphling. It's like Kai played to top deck the Morphling. Good players will spend many, many turns playing to top deck the card that they need to win the game, and that's what you saw from Mihara here.
It's been a long day, and I can't remember the exact saying, but, people often blame luck on preparation.
Right.
Because if you can get really, really lucky, but, it's not just entirely luck. It's unfair to dismiss it as luck.
Totally agree. Completely agree.
You give yourself as many opportunities as possible to get lucky. It's sort of like the old theory about dating women. People have talked about this, where if you ask out 1,000 women,
okay,
someone's going to date you. It might be the ugliest of those 1,000 women, but it's sort of the same way. As long as you keep giving yourself opportunities to get lucky, you'll get lucky.
Dating advice from Brian David Marshall. Just what you were expecting from the Magic World Championship coverage, right? Wow. We had a lot of great storylines coming into this top 8. This is not the way a lot of people imagined it playing out, but this is the way it's going to be remembered as Makihito Mihara and Dragonstorm. Gabriel Nassif tried to defend the home turf, came up short in the semifinals. Katsuhiro Mori tried to defend the trophy, came up short in the quarterfinals.
Paulo Vitor Dalmadorosa and Tiago Chan tried to steal the Player of the Year title
away
out
from
under
Shota
Shota
Yasaoka. Came up short. Quarterfinal exits for both of those guys. Then you got Nick Lovett. Took out Katsu, but then lost in 5 to Ogura in the semis. Had a game. Maybe he could have won. Maybe a little impatient with a Stone Rain. Walked into a remand. Gave Ogura the draw he needed to come up with the answer. Don't know how Game 4 would have turned out, but,
sure.
You throw a game away and lose 3-2. You can't be feeling great about that. You can feel great about being on the gravy train from 0 lifetime pro points, of course.
Absolutely. First Pro Tour gets 5 more.
Yeah, that seems fine. And then Paulo Carvalho from Portugal put up a nice result this weekend in both the individual and the team competition.
Right. Andre Coimbra, Mauricio Carvalho, Tiago Chan, all from Portugal, who've posted top 8s in the last couple of years, continues in their footsteps. Portugal is a country to keep an eye on.
Absolutely.
For Magic results.
Definitely.
But the story has got to be
still Japan.
It's
the
Japan,
Japanese juggernaut rolls on. The Japanese win the Player of the Year title in Shota Yasaoka. They win the individual world championship in the form of Makihito Mihara. Runners up in the team competition. Almost pulling off a just ridiculously unprecedented three-peat. But no.
Camille Cornelissen
and Julian Naughton had something else to say about
Dutch
that.
Team did their job, and there's a number of people on the boards who seem to be looking for the underdog, and somehow the Camille and Julian were cast in the role of underdog. I don't know how that's possible, but
tournament manager Scott Larrabee is currently setting up for an award ceremony, so we will be bringing you all the big checks and the trophies momentarily. Is that Gabriel Nassif hanging out, waiting to pick up his trophy?
Gabriel Nassif is standing around there. He's got his backpack on. He's ready to get out of here. He's talking to Julian. Hall of Famer Raphael Levy's sort of standing nearby, talking to him, I think.
So what's your biggest memory of this Pro Tour going to be?
Wow. There's so many. It's been such a long week in terms of so much stuff has happened. Again, the Hall of Fame ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's definitely got to be Gabriel. My biggest memory of this event, unfortunately, is going to be it's both positive. It's sort of bittersweet. It's Gabriel Nassif stepping up and showing the world that he is clearly in the top.
One of the top couple players to ever play the game.
Ever play the game, and then to see him, whether it's a judgment call, whether it's just being outplayed by his opponent, I'm not sure, but. It's kind of heartbreaking to see, but, congratulations to Mihara.
Yeah. I think my biggest memory is just going to be the crush of people inside events.
Oh, my gosh.
There have been literally thousands and thousands of players coming through this site this weekend, both watching the main event, participating in the main event, playing inside events. Just an awesome weekend of Magic for everyone concerned.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Looks like we are ready for the award ceremony, so I'm going to send it over to Scott Larrabee. And signing off for Brian David Marshall, this is Randy Buehler. We will see you next time in February from Geneva.